Welcome to the Nth Guide. Today's question is anonymous, and it is tips on marketing yourself as a freelance developer. Do I need to use social networks? Does having a LinkedIn page help? First off, LinkedIn's terrible. I have never got any benefit out of LinkedIn. I sort of maybe use it as a resume when someone says, hey, we headhunted you and we'd like to see your resume, and I send them one. And they just say, that's your resume? And I said, you came to talk to me. Yes, that's my resume. I wasn't even looking for a job. This is what you got. If you came to talk to me, you obviously saw some value. I have never got any value. I've heard of one or two people that have, but that's about it. As far as Twitter goes, I've actually got a fair bit of value out of Twitter, and most of that has been long term. Like I did not in probably the first 2 years, but I would say from people I've met solely through Twitter that I've never met in person, I've probably made 20 grand this year. So that's a reasonable amount of money that I've made, and that's good. It may help me make connections with other people in the industry, agencies who have moved into products who pass me work all the time. So I would say there's benefit in that. But even past that, a lot of my work comes through from referrals. Comes from referrals from previous clients and a couple agencies that I met through Twitter. I think it's worth it, but you also have to figure out what your return on investment is. If you're strictly measuring it with business, I think it's going to take a long time to see payoff in the social spheres. And Facebook, I don't even use it. I hate Facebook end to end. I sort of check it because my daycare provider puts up pictures of my kid and I'd like to see them. But past that, like I don't answer people messages on Facebook. I just tell them I don't check it anymore, even though I do. I just ignore them because I don't want to answer it on Facebook, and Facebook is terrible. And Facebook is just terrible. LinkedIn is pretty terrible. I don't really use either. Twitter and I suppose app.net are the only real social networks I use now. And then I'm actually reasonably active on Google+. Not that I've got any work out of it, but yeah. So that's what I do for marketing. And then I guess blogging as well. So I got a bunch of work I got a bunch of WP e-commerce work for about writing how terrible it was for a couple points. And the client said, I've got those terrible pain points and you have some fixes. You probably have other fixes. And I think that was 2 blog posts. I invoiced $15,000 off that, which is, totally worth it. That's how I get a lot of my work now. I've had agencies contact me with problems that their developers can't solve that I've written about. So I would say that putting into blogging, getting some of your code out on GitHub and out on a blog is a really good way. And then, having a decent looking site that's branding. I know I leave sites all the time that are ugly, regardless if they have good information. I just leave them. I have no desire to read an ugly site. Thanks for watching.